Hey everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Movies for Life, and welcome to this 1983 horror movie review as part of my overall 1980s horror movie series, an ongoing series on my channel. So in this video, we're going to take a look at a very low budget movie from 1983. This is a movie that you can watch for free on YouTube. And it's also available if you have an Amazon Prime membership. That's where I watched it, actually, was on Amazon Prime. And the name of the movie is called The Demons of Ludlow. And there's not a lot of description or premise to this movie. I don't think anybody wanted to take the time to write the premise to the movie because they probably didn't know really what it was. But anyway, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. The Demons of Ludlow is a 1983 American horror film directed and produced by Bill Rebane. The plot revolves around murderous pilgrim demons that lurk inside an antique piano. The town of Ludlow has a dark past, and when a piano arrives, demons come out to terrorize. A murderous demon lurks inside an antique piano in a picturesque coastal town. So those are the different premises that I got from different websites about what this movie's actually about. I'll try to give you the nickel version in my own words. Basically, you have this very small town. I think they mentioned 47 people live in this town, so it's not even. I don't even know if it constitutes a town or not. It's like 50 people, basically, 47 people that live in this town of Ludlow. And of course, everybody knows everybody. It's one of those kind of things. And they're having like this auction or something, and they get donated to them as this white piano that shows up. And the, like the, you have this preacher, um, and they don't even have a church. Their church burnt down or something years before, we find out. Um, so they're like, he's like preaching from like this community center or something. I'm not really sure. And then the pianist that he has, it's part of his service or whatever, she starts playing the piano, and then things kind of go haywire from there as far as people getting killed. Um, and things like that. And then you discover as the movie goes on that this town has a secret, a past, a dark past, as a lot of them do in these types of movies. And then there's a reporter that's involved along with a photographer that are kind of on the peripheral of this town, but they get curious and interested in some of the backstory to this town. And really the preacher and the reporter are like the two main characters of the movie. A lot of the other people in this movie are just kind of stand-ins, or extras, whatever you want to call them. There's a couple other people, like the wife, I think, of the preacher, that's focused on a little bit at the beginning. The photographer, who's the assistant to the reporter. But it's not a big cast, and it's not a good cast, and that's really about all I can sum up with the movie. It's about these, every time the piano's played, these demons are able to come out. It's like a gateway for them to come out and wreak havoc and seek revenge based on what the townspeople now in 1983, what their ancestors did to them like 200 years before or something. So that's the gist of the movie. As far as the cast goes, you have Benson, Paul von Hausen as Chris the preacher, Deborah Dolman as Sybil, and Stephanie Kushna as Deborah. Not a big cast, and I only listed three of the actors. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into my review. This is going to be a short review because there's really just not that much to say about this movie. It's part of when you review every horror movie or thriller from a certain year in the 1980s. Inevitably, some of these movies that nobody's ever heard of before and that really aren't any good, you're really just not going to have that much to say about them because there isn't that much to say about it. As I said, there wasn't even a synopsis written up for this movie. So, what do I like about this movie? Not much. I do like the sort of small town, everyone knows everyone, and there's a past dark secret coastal town that has that sort of setup and premise that this movie has. Just in general, that's something I enjoy. I think it's a good background for horror. This movie's incredibly cheesy and humorous in its execution, and I think that that puts it in the so bad it's good category for a lot of people. Um, so, I mean, that's something positive about it. I don't know if it's so bad it's good for me, but I know a lot of people really enjoy these very low budget. And when I say low budget, I mean very low budget. Like literally, like I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but it couldn't have been more than a few $1,000s, literally. And I think this movie was actually shot in it's another one of these movies that was shot in like 1980, 81, and was shelved for a couple years before they had the ability to have it released in 1983. But it's incredibly cheesy and funny in its execution, as I said. So a lot of people will find it so bad it's good. There are a number of kills in the movie, though they're incredibly cheesy and unrealistic. They do provide some entertainment value to the movie. Um, so it might be worth checking out if you are one of those people that like these so bad they're good, nondescript, very low budget horror movies like B, or I would say even C horror movies. There are a few creepy and unnerving moments. There's a like at the end when all the demons come out of the piano and then they start dancing in like in a ballroom. It's not a ballroom setting, but it is. They're dancing like ballroom dancing, and all of a sudden they all just stop and turn and look at our two main characters here. Very creepy imagery there for the few moments that you see that before it gets ridiculous again. So there's a few of those unnerving moments throughout the movie, but that's really all I've got as far as good things about this movie. As far as the cons go, the incredible low budget nature of this movie is very much on display. It's laughably acted, so bad. I think they literally took people off the street in actual Ludlow that have no desire to ever act or never any experience to act. A lot of the townspeople are just kind of there as extras. But even like the actors that, and a lot of these actors didn't do anything else, so that should pretty much tell you everything you need to know. They just aren't good, and it's not all their fault. The writing is also putrid in this movie, but the acting is not good. Let's just leave it at that. The effects are not good. Specifically, we get this glowing green hand that seems to pop up different times throughout the movie. Like it comes down from a ceiling, comes up through a bed or like a bar, or actually it's like the hayloft of a barn at the beginning of the movie. It looks I mean, it's video game like. It's so bad, man. It's so digitally bad. There's also at the end of this movie, there's like this force field, this visual digital force field that one of our main characters is like becoming a mime and trying to like feel it, and it's showing like these different. Oh, if you haven't seen the movie, I can't even describe it. It's so atrocious. The amount of inconsistencies in the material that's presented here and in how the story plays out is confusing and humorous at best, unwatchable at worst. The ending to the movie makes absolutely no sense, and it's one of those endings where it just kind of ends without any sort of reasoning or explanation. It's kind of like, huh, okay, I guess that's it. Um, it just ends abruptly. I'm guessing they literally ran out of money, or they just decided that's enough of this shit. Let's just be done with this. Um, I don't know, but it's not good, and it's very confusing. Because if you are somebody that was actually paying attention, at least in the last third of the movie, if you were still awake, you realize that, that's not exactly the ending I was expecting. It kind of leaves our main characters not knowing what happens, the demons, what happens. It's just kind of like, whatever, I guess it's left to your own interpretation. None of the characters in this movie are interesting or entertaining. Felt very bored at several different times throughout the movie. And quite frankly, I was pretty close to dozing off a couple times. So other than those things, the movie's fantastic. For entertainment and it's so bad it's good laughing at it value, I'm going to give this movie The Demons of Ludlow a 3 out of 10. It's funny that they call it The Demons out of Ludlow, because in some ways these are more like ghosts that come out of this piano, but I guess they're demons in the sense that they're able to actually kill people, like in the real world, if you will, which a ghost probably wouldn't be able to do other than like scaring somebody so bad that they have a heart attack. So they're demons in that sense, but they're also ghosts in another sense, and they're very inconsistent in that in one scene you get like these the three musketeers that come out and like duel each other before they behead one of the characters. You have these two young girls, this one young girl that's about as pale as Elmer's glue, who happens to be the daughter of like this overall Ludlow guy who had his hands chopped off. Like the inconsistencies of these, you got like pilgrims from like the first Thanksgiving or something that are showing up there, and they're all evil. I mean, this movie uses like three different time periods to have these demons slash ghosts come back from. But all that being said, as crazy and as stupid and as bad as it is, I'm still going to give the Demons of Ludlow a 3 out of 10 just for semi entertainment value, very semi. 3 out of 10 for the Demons of Ludlow from 1983. It's not a movie I recommend. The only reason I'm going to recommend it is if you are a so bad it's good and you're looking for those types of movies, very low budget B and C kind of movies. That's on a shoestring budget, literally. Check it out for free on YouTube, but definitely don't try to buy it. Don't spend any money or real time on it. It is about 93 minutes for what it's worth, but that'd be my only recommendation if you're one of those types of people. But 3 out of 10, in my opinion. Comment down below if you're somebody that's seen this movie before, if you like it, if you don't, if you know, whatever your thoughts are. Comment down below. Please like this video, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Would really help me out going forward on my channel. But with that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying my 1983 horror movie reviews as part of my overall 1980s horror series. And as always, stay scared. Bye.